Hello everyone. Today video we will talk about variables. The two questions that beginners who wish to learn programming might want to know the answers are what is a computer program and what can you do by writing a computer program. Let me first discuss how I understand these two questions. A program is an organized collection of data and instructions. Writing a program is using data and instructions to control the computer to do what we want it to do. Today, the reason that so many people choose to write the programs in the Python is that the language is sufficiently powerful and simple, making it more approachable and for novice than programming languages like C, C++, and Java. The Python language offers attractive and straightforward solutions for many of our desired tasks. Next, we will start with the most basic language elements to help you understand and use Python language. Computer knowledge. Prior to beginning a systematic study of programming, let us first make some fundamental computer concepts widely known. The arithmetic unit controller, memory input device, and output device are the five main parts of the computer hardware system. The central processing unit (CPU) is a combination of the arithmetic unit and the controller. Its duties include controlling commands and the carrying out the different computations. Wizards mentions that a program is a collection of instructions. Writing a program is to organize a series of instructions together in a certain way, and then use these instructions to control the computer to do what we want it to do. There are two types of memory: external memory and internal memory. The former is commonly referred to as memory. It is a storage area that central processor and can access directly. It is necessary to load the relevant data and instruction into the memory before the program can be executed. I/O devices are the general term for input and output devices together. Input devices including the keyboards, mouse, microphones, and cameras. And the output devices include speakers, printers, monitors, and so on. The computers we use today primarily adhere to the von Neumann architecture. Two important features of this type of computer are the binary encoding of the data and the separation of memory and CPU. The binary system uses a 1 every 2 counting scheme, which is nearly identical to the human 110 counting scheme. Humans employ the decimal counting method because they have 10 fingers. Query is the only way they can express larger values once they have zero or 10 fingers while counting. Everything has exceptions. Of course, the Mayan employs the decimal counting method, which may have involved them using zero toes as a result of years spent barefoot. The Mayan calendar differs from the calendar we use now by the technique of counting. The Mayan calendar states that the current solar period ended in the 2012 and that the solar period began in the 2013. Afterwards, the ridiculous claim that 2012 is the end of the world predicted by the Mayan were made in the reference to this treaty. Many people now argue that the Mayan civilization delayed progress were caused by their usage of the decimal system, because high voltage can be used to represent 1 and low voltage may represent 0. Binary is easy to implement the physical devices. For the computer, programmers do not always need to understand binary and how to convert between octal, hexadecimal, and binary. Most of the time, even if we do not comprehend the information, we can nevertheless develop programs. But we have to understand that binary counting is used by computers. Any type of data can be found in the computer memory in binary form. Variables and types. You need to first discuss the idea of variable is the ways to store data in the computer's memory. Variables in the computer languages are used to carry data. In a nutshell, they are data-saving segments of memory. The variable value is readable and modifiable. All operation and control are based on this. Computers can process a wide variety of data types. The most prevalent of which are numerical numbers. Different data types exist in addition to numerical values, including text, photos, audio, and video. Computer data is stored in binary form, but multiple kinds of variables can be used to represent different kinds of data. We will talk about customizing new data types in a later section. The Python language comes with a number of preset data types. First, let us review some of the most popular Python data types. Integer types. Python can handle integer type of any size and supports binary. For example, 0b100 converted to decimal is 4. Octal, for example, 00100 converted to decimal is 64. Decimal 100 and hexadecimal 08100 converted to the decimal notation is 256. You can run code below to see what the output is. The next type is floating type. Floating point numbers are also decimals. They are called floating point numbers because when expressed in the scientific notation, the position of the decimal point of floating point number is variable. In addition to mathematical writing such as 123.456, scientific notation is also supported is 1.23456 times 10 to the 2. Run the code below and see what the output is. The next one is string type. A string can be any type wrapped in a single quote or double quotes, such as hello and hello with this quotes. Next one is Boolean type. The Boolean type has only true or false values. We can be able to represent that or no in the real world. The true and false are positions and the good of a situation and bad, level of high and low, and so on. If the value of the variable has only two states, we can use Boolean. Variable naming. We must assign a name to every variable so that every one of us has a unique name. The following guidelines and practice must be followed while naming variable in Python. Rule section. Rule number 1. Variable names consist of letters, numbers, and underscores and cannot begin with numbers. It should be noted that the letters mentioned here refer to Unicode characters. Unicode is called Universal Code. We convert most writing characters, most writing system in the world. It means that Chinese, Japanese, Greek letters, and so on can be used as variables in variable names. Characters, but some special characters such as subs cannot appear in variable names. We strongly recommend that you understand the letters mentioned here that to mean that using only English letter as much as possible. Rule number 2. Python is a case-sensitive programming language. Simply put, uppercase A and lowercase a are two different variables. This is not actually a rule, but something that everyone needs to pay attention to. Rule number 3. Variable names should not have the same name as Python keywords, and avoid Python reserved words as much as possible. The keywords here refer to words with special meanings in the Python programs, such as is, if, else, for, why, true, false. These words mainly refer to name built-in functions and the built-in modules of the Python language, such as int, print, input, train, math, await, and so on. The next one is conventional part. Convention 1. Variable names usually use lowercase and elect letters, and the multiple words are connected with underscore. For example, my name, my age, my height. Convention number 2. Protected variables begin with single underscore. Convention number 3. Private variables start with two underscores. For example, name, age, height. Convention number 2 and convention number 3 are not necessary to wrap at this time. We will later on. Of course, understanding the significance of variable names is crucial for skilled programmers. This exhibits the professional demeanor of a programmer, and it is also highly valued in many development careers interviews. Utilizing variables. The following example illustrates the types of variables and their use. We can print A and B, print A plus B, A minus B, A times B, A divide B, and see the result. To find out the type of variable in Python, it's like type function. Programming functions are conceptually quite similar to mathematical functions. I think everyone understands what a mathematical function is. The dependent variable, independent variable, and function name are all included. It makes no difference if you are still unfamiliar with the idea of function. In the information that follows, we will define function and discuss how to use them. We can print the type A, print type B, print type C, and print type B to see what it is. You can change type variable to Python built-in function. Here are some commonly used functions related to variable types. Int convert numerical value of string into integer. You can specify the base. Float convert a string when possible to a floating point number. String convert specified object into string form, and you can specify the encoding method. CSA function converts integer character encoding into the corresponding one character string. Arg function convert a one character string into the corresponding integer character encoding. The following example demonstrates type conversion operation in Python. When converting the string type to integer type, you can specify the base through the base parameter, and the string can be converted at an integer corresponding to the base. When string type converted to Boolean type, as long as the string has contained and in not single quote or double quotes, the corresponding Boolean value will be true. When the Boolean type is converted to integer type, true will become 1 and false will become 0. In both the ASCII character set in the Unicode character set, the encoding corresponding to the character D is 100. To summarize, variable can be used in the Python scripts to store data. Variables come in various varieties. The types integer, float, string, and Boolean are frequently used. The variable can be type converted using built-in Python function if needed. The ability of variables to execute operation is a necessary condition for resolving numerous issues. In the following lesson, we go over the operation of variable in more depth.